I want to talk to you about technique and how technique is different. Okay. And I'm going to give you a scenario to kind of see. Can we? Okay. So right here, as you're looking at this, okay, we know here you see a tight end that's attached to the tackle on the right side. So 87, obviously, Travis Kelsey, right beside him, Jawan Taylor. All right. So you see the defensive guy who's number 0 on the outside. Look how far he is outside for that tackle. Now that's pretty hard for a tackle. When the guy's 5 yards outside of you, 6, and you got to stop his rush. Okay. With this, it's all about technique for you. Okay. How am I going to get my job done? Okay. Now, if you watch Jawan Taylor, who has experience in the league, you watch his technique. All right. One thing that is hard for a tackle to do is to actually open up to go get a guy all the way out there. They actually tell you don't do that. Okay. The reason is because when you go out there, you give him a two-way go, or you're so far away that if he beats you now, then there's no way to recover. All right. So you kind of sit back vertical and you go out just a little bit, out just a little, but vertical. Okay. And you're set. So you want him to meet up with you. Okay. It's got to be a junction point at a time that you're going to deliver the blow. But Jawan Taylor understands this because he's played in the league. I know this because I played in the league. Okay. If you ever have a defensive end who's a speed rusher, he is absolutely faster than you. He's absolutely faster than every tackle that's out there. Okay. Tackle is all about technique and fundamentals. Watch Jawan Taylor. And Jawan Taylor is even one that, look, everybody talks about his penalties. If Jawan Taylor, if he got rid of those penalties, Jawan Taylor would be a top tackle and would, as far as like what he does in the league, seriously. Because he has moments that he's just like really good, like, I was okay. And there's times like, oh, what's going on? What's happening? Right? Conflict geometry. I like that. So let's check this out. Okay. Watch how Jawan Taylor sits. All right. So what I've done is I slow this whole thing down. So watch how he takes a step out. Okay. So you see the hash marks where he's at. He takes a step out. Now watch it get a little bit more vertical. See that? Now he's more vertical now. That's great technique right there by Jawan Taylor. You see that? So he cuts him off. So the speed rusher is cut off now. He understands he's got to beat him at a junction point. And the guy understands this, right? Like I said all the time, Patrick retreats deep, more so than a lot of other, quarterbacks. So they know they just got to get back there where Pat is, okay? And they talked about that. And they know exactly how far he sits. When they're watching film, I'm watching film. How far does Patrick Mahomes sit back? Does he sit back at 10 or 12? So if I'm a pass rusher, I'm thinking I got to beat that tackle to that junction point. Jawan Taylor say, hold on, before you can beat me back there, let me take a technique, okay, to get all the way back. I can meet you at the junction point where you don't beat me on the outside, right? So here he goes. Good job by him, by Jawan Taylor. All right, give me some room. Now, we're going to look on the other side, okay? Same scenario, all right? 2 tight ends over here on the other side, right? Sumate, left side, number 76. You actually got 2 tight ends attached. Then you got the outside guy, number 15, Sumate. So Jawan Taylor, we said you got to do what? Sit straight back, right? Junction point. Watch what Sumate goes. He goes all the way out there too. You can't do that. You beat. When he goes out there to this guy, all right, that step right there, he's already beat. He's already passed him because he didn't get vertical enough. There's no way he can catch up to that. Look at him. He just put his hands like, no, man, I'm out here. It was too clean. It was too easy. So if you sit there, it's technique-wise. That's what's hurting him. You don't sit all the way out. You come back vertical. If he came back vertical at that point, he might have been better. The junction point right there gets beat on the junction point. So I rewind it again so we can see what Jawan Taylor does, right? He don't jump all the way out, vertical. Does that make sense? Everybody see that? Did you see that, Marcus? And it's subtle things like that, man. When we sit in there, we talk about, when you're playing a team in a pass rusher, you got to know going into the game how you're going to attack these guys. You got to have your technique and your fundamentals down. They got to be tight. They have to be. I mean, these guys are too good. That's one of the reasons these suckers are getting paid $30 million on the other side. You know what I mean? So all they're looking for is, man, I'm looking for a tackle to mess up. And if I see he's not setting back far enough, he jumps out here to me, I'm already beating him. So coaches see that, defenders see that, they know how they're going to attack a guy like him. And Bonito was like, oh, shoot, he done jumped all the way out here. Too late. I'm past you. All I need to do is just knock your hand down. I'm already around you at this point. So Sumate, he doesn't have that experience yet. He doesn't. And so when you have a tight end out there, you got to know when a guy's wide, you got to have a different technique. You just got to have a different technique. Now, this picture, what I have on here, Marcus, right here, is I want to show you how far Juwan Taylor's sitting back. This is illegal. He is not breaking the plane of the center. And the reason that is, and I told you this before, is look how far Trey Smith is sitting back. All right? Look at Joe Tooney on the other side and look at Trey. You see that? What's the problem is Juwan is lining up on Trey. That's part of the problem. And so that's what gets him in trouble. He is not breaking this plane of this center. So I don't know if he got a warning on this. I don't know if it's, but I had to show that from the side, like, look, he's got to know. I had to tell either Trey, man, you got to scoop a little bit, or he's just got to line up right beside Trey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Trey's helmet is where Creed's butt is, and Tooney's more up closer to Creed.
Yeah, and that's where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be right there breaking the plane of that center. That's the rule. That is the rule. And he's not. He's back there about between the numbers with Creed's jersey. So, and I get to trying to get that advantage, man. This guy on the outside, zero, he's coming. He's leaning. He's ready to go. So you got to get out of there fast. That's why Juwan jumps out of there fast, because these suckers are fast out here. That's a tough task out there. It is a tough task. So ain't no slouches just playing tackles around here. All right. Juwan Taylor is a good tackle. You need to stop the penalties. We done talked about that. It's things we need to do.
Come on, baby. Go. Yes. That's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop. Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now.
Okay. This is another one right here. We ran power a lot of different ways, and we just couldn't open up the lane. You sitting there and watch Joe Tooney come in. All right. We're watching this. This is an easy block. He pulls, kick out, 0. Noah Gray hits that. He should be going up to 55. Actually, Trey probably could let him go and went on up to 55 and let Noah come up there for 40. But this is the hose we didn't have open. This is what happened. They just squeezed this right here. Outside contain, wrong arm. We tell defense, wrong arm that guy, okay? And that's what you can't do. If he can't kick you out, then you won your job. You've done everything you had to do. There was no reason, nowhere for Kareem Hunt to run. There's no room. And so what he tried to do is, man, I can't run in here. Let me bounce it. Well, they too fast. They want you to bounce. Because guess what? They got the safety up. They got the corner up. Linebackers are fast. So bouncing, it doesn't help for us. This is what we was facing all night. We need to get more movement on that. Juwan Taylor, more movement on 93. That's not good enough movement. Look, he's too high. You can't hit a guy like that. That's too high. Too high on that. I guarantee Andy Heck saying the same thing. You're too high. You're not grabbing glass. You got to get up underneath this dude. You got to bench press this guy. And he's got help. So Noah's got to give him a little bit more help, go up to that linebacker. But this is what the hoes looked at. Power should work. Power should work. I don't know if we got time. I was going to draw power up on the board on how it looks. But,
yeah, go for it if you want to, JD.
Well, if I get it.
I'm going to give you the full screen, JD.
All right. Do a little football lesson here. I think I might have power drawn up. Real quick. Going through a little school real quick. Sometimes get it on the defense. It's going to just go from the inside right here. We're going to show this. Creed Humphrey. And I'm going to show this play. This is actually one of the powers we had. And they had Noah Gray back here. Another tight end. Running back. PM 15. Okay. On power, we know it's got to be a double team to the backside linebacker. Okay. We got to put this linebacker. When this guy right here, the guard, tackle. When he pulls around, he's pulling around to capture this guy. This is his guy right here. Okay. These two guys, all right. Creed Humphrey blocks all the way back. He's got a hand to this defensive end. Okay. This guy comes all the way back. They double all the way up to the backside linebacker. This is how power should look. He's kicking out defensive end right here. That's how power should look. Creed Humphrey comes around, not Creed, but Joe Tooney runs around. This is where that lane is, right there. Okay? It's an A and B gap play. We say it's on power. A, B gap play. It's primarily the B gap. The only time you run the A gap is when all the linebackers and everybody runs over top of it. Okay? That's how power should look. I mean, you draw that up. That's power all day. So when two guys come right here, it's called ace, these are deuce. This is trade. This should be a trade call between the tackle and the tight end going up to the linebacker. That's how power should look. I don't know if they can see it or not. Could they see it? I don't know how big it looks like when I don't have the screen all the way up, but that's classic power. That's how you're supposed to block it. If this defensive end comes here and spills on this tight end, this wall right here cuts us off, he has nowhere to go. Once he bounces on the outside, hey, that's a no-go. Buyer beware. You run outside here, buyer beware. What you be raised to tell us all the time. Because ain't no help out there. That's power. That's how power looks. Drawn up. And you run power different ways. It doesn't matter how you're doing, but the kick out is still the same. So power is like one of the things, like it's a classic play that if everybody's doing their job, you should be gutting guys all night with it. Should be gutting them.
Another beautiful explanation, JD. Love when you get to the board, JD.
Oh, yeah. So G-Pick says, the left guard have an option on who to block if the linebacker is picked up by the tight end? So he goes in the hole. He swabs the hole there. So let's say the linebacker decides to step up, right? That means that at tight end takes that linebacker that blitzes. Okay, that's a good question. Right here. G pick. If this linebacker decides to come in, that tight end picks him up. That guard now swabs a hole, he picks up the next color. So whoever it might be. Could be a linebacker, be a safety. But everybody, you run the play so much, you know how to make adjustments on it. The thing is, the kick out block and the guy that's coming in the hole and swabbing the hole, they got to open everything up. And the guys up front got to get movement. They have to get movement. They have to. Power is like one of those plays, at least for a tight end, tackle, guard, you know you're going to get a double team. It's called power for a reason. You know? That power play, man, that's deadly. Teams don't like seeing it. Teams do not like seeing it. So yeah, so that's power.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.